Okay, this tutorial is for implementing the Ironbelly first-person starter kit pack into generic shooter 4.17. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a child class of the basic instant hit blueprint. So you'll find that in generic shooter, add-ons, weapon system, examples, and right here is the weapon basic instant hit. We will make a child actor of that, and we're going to name it tutorial instant hit for this case. Okay, let me make sure my audio is good here. Okay. Alright, and then we'll make a child class of that, and we'll do it for the first weapon. We'll make it the M416. The process will be the same for all the weapons, though. Um, since I made a child actor off of this instant hit, some of the ammo information won't be set up, so we'll do that and at least show you how that's all done too. Instead of making a child class off of rifle, which would have default shooting mechanics already in there, we'll just do this one kind of fresh. So anyway, like I said, I made a child actor of this tutorial instant hit. We'll name that M416. And to make things easier, we'll make a tutorial folder to put all this stuff into. And we'll go ahead and add those things we made into there. Okay, so in 4.17, how this is done now is there is an inventory slot system, and what you have to do is make a info class for any item that you make, including weapons, and a proxy, so you'll be able to put them into the world for pickup if that's how you want to do it. So we'll go ahead and make a info class and proxy class for the M416. So you go into your add-ons, weapon system. This should be in the core. You should see a weapon info base class. We'll make a child one off of that. We'll call it M416 info. And we'll also make the same thing for the proxy. We'll make a child off of the proxy. And we'll move those into the tutorial folder. Okay, now we will set up those proxies in M416 info. Let's just start with the info. Make sure. Okay, that's making sense. Okay. So now we will go in to set this weapon class up here to the M416 that we made. We will set the proxy to the M416 proxy that we created. As for the icon, we'll just use the rifle icon. Then we'll give it a name, M416. And then we will go into the proxy. Okay, we'll set the item info class to that M416 item info, and also for the weapon mesh, we will set that to the M416 weapon mesh. Okay, now we will go into the instant hit tutorial instant hit weapon that we made, the blueprint. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add a gun ID integer that's going to be used for the animation system later. So we'll go ahead and add a variable. We'll name it gun ID. We will make its type an integer, and we'll expose it. So you can set that in all the child classes of this. So that would include this M416, which is a child class of that tutorial instant hit. Okay, so as you'll see, I can set the gun ID in this. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll set the mesh to the M416 in the third person and first person mesh. And we will also set the animation blueprint to the M416 animation blueprint. I'll do the same for the first person. Compile and save that. Okay, so now we have done set up that. Now what we can do is we can set it so when we spawn in, it actually spawns in with the M416 instead of the default rifle. So where we're going to do that is going to be into your player character. So you go to your generic shooter core, and you'll see the BP player character. Usually I make child classes of this character. In the player character, you'll see a function called give default weapons. If you do not see that, just over here in the search, just type in give default weapons. You'll see it. Double click it, it'll pop up. So that's what this function is right here. In this function, what it does is it calls to the slot inventory component. And it calls this function to add item info class. So currently right now this is adding the rifle, this is doing the shotgun. Just for this tutorial we'll add the M416 so it spawns in that M416 there. Here's where it gets a lot of the ammo information from that class. A couple other things that we may get into or may not. Let's compile and save. So now what we'll do is we'll just test it to make sure that we're loading that in. So for that, I'm going to edit this team deathmatch a little bit here. I'm just going to turn the delayed start off so we don't have to deal with the lobby menu. Oh, I already unchecked it. Okay, so cool. So we'll compile and save that. Just make sure it saves. Okay, now we'll hit play. Okay, and it looks like we have the M416 in our hands. It's just not rotated, which we'll do in the next video.